Yeah, naturally I watch them. I remember when I was a kid, I sneaked in to see Frankenstein. You know, kids weren't allowed in because it was too scary.
Really?
And it really was scary. I mean, it scared the hell out of me. And I did have my nightmares following that. But it was, I would find ways to stand at the back of the theater so that I could keep reminding myself that, it was a movie, but I was only about 5 or 6 watching it.
Did your parents encourage you to do this kind of stuff, or were you kind of this little renegade doing?
No, 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 no. They were too busy making a living and contending with each other to spend too much time, encouraging us to become Draculas or anything like that. But they weren't discouraging, though. They were helpful.
Well, what kind of a kid were you? I'm interested in that. Were you like, fold my hands, be good, or were you?
But there were always those. What happened is that when you were in the company of your parents, the thing was to be a good boy, and so that you would get some kind of approval and some shows of affection and love. And then if you wanted to be who you really were and have fun, then you got the hell out, and you went out, and you just skipped away. Or when they heard the Leslie, when they're calling you in at nighttime, you pretend you didn't hear, but you had to be careful. You could not hear for maybe a half an hour, then it was time for you to come in. Otherwise, you're liable to pay for it tenderly and dearly, which we did many times. But that was it. That's where most kids were.
But you started off really doing a lot of radio, right?
Quite a bit, yeah. I began in radio in Canada as a disc jockey, and then I studied radio. But then I went on a scholarship to New York to study here at the Neighborhood Playhouse, and was taught by Sandy Meisner. Studied acting with him. Very fine teacher.
But so here you are. I remember seeing you a lot of those episodes, those really black and white TV.
Sure.
I think Twilight Zone. That was
Playhouse 90, you mean?
Yeah, Playhouse
sure.
90.
Oh, yeah, all of them. I did. I have done upwards of 1,200 on television shows, and I mean one shots. I don't mean like 17 years of a series or something. All different kinds of roles. It was when I look back on it, I was very fortunate there, very lucky.
But deep down, were you the serious actor, or were you always urging to cut up?
Well, yeah, no, I was always cutting up behind the camera, but never in front of the camera. But yeah, I was serious. I was going to be Errol Flynn, or something like that, or become when you're serious, then people will respect you too. You understand? I mean, serious actors were respected, and that's what I was trying to be. But I think what I was really doing was playing it safe, because comedy is fraught with danger.
Sure, you were way out on the limb there.
You're taking your shot, and there were all kinds of people who were marvelous comedians and singers, and they did all this funny stuff. I could never even pretend to do that, and to get so lucky as to work with the Zaz team in Airplane, and then to go on from there to Police Squad and Naked Gun in their company, because it's like David said, Leslie, he says, I won't let you do anything that's not funny. And he was, he's such an astute. He's he's an icon, and Jerry and Jim Abrams, and then you have Mel Brooks, another icon of comedy. I mean, to travel in the company of these two teams, it's incredible.
So what I'm hearing really is that in a way you were scared in the beginning to go out on that limb and do comedy.
Yeah, I would never stand up and say I could do comedy. I'd tell my agent, I would say, why can't we do some fun stuff? He'd say, what? I'd say, fun stuff. He'd say, are you saying funny stuff? I say, yeah, right. Like it was his idea now. And even when they called me to do Airplane, and I still had the setup, because if they came to me and said, Leslie, we're looking at the dailies, and what you're doing is not funny, and I could say, excuse me, I do drama, and did I call you or did you call me? And if there's a mistake been made here, whose mistake is it? Because you did call me. I didn't call you. You're the ones who said I could do this funny stuff. So I always had an excuse. And now I have to stand up and say, yeah, I can do funny stuff, and I'll take the blame for it.
I'll take it on the chin if it's the
take it on the chin, right? Yes, exactly.
And that Dracula accent take you long. You've probably been working on that for years, right?
It just happened naturally. I grew fangs, and but I have never had a drop of blood that passed my lips. Believe me, I wouldn't do anything cruel to anybody.